A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the last edition of Sports Tonight for the week because tomorrow is Saturday and time to rest. But usually Saturday is the time for us to try to refresh ourselves and come back in a bigger and a better way. And of course, this Saturday, there's a lot to look forward to, and we're hoping that it will be plenty of fun for us and that there will be plenty for us to celebrate, particularly if you are a lover of football at the cadet level. Obviously, I'm talking about our Golden Eaglets. We'll be battling for the battling the baby elephants. We'll talk about that later on Sports Tonight. A lot to talk about on the program tonight. We have decided to devote a chunk of Sports Tonight today to discussing a particular issue that is on the front burner of Nigerian football, and that's the issue of the Nigeria Professional Football League management company or league management committee on one side, club owners or club managers on the other side. The face-off that is threatening to tear everything apart. That will be our focus on Sports Tonight. Later on the show, we will try to be as objective, as thorough as we can, look at the pros and the cons, not which aren't in any way. We will try as much as we can to be 100% objective. I hope we can achieve that on Sports Tonight this Friday. And we will also, of course, talk about the games to be played this weekend, games in the Professional Football League, National League, even the women will come under focus on Sports Tonight as well. All right, so that's the setting. Of course, we won't end the show without allowing you to be a part of it. As we go on, we will expect that you be a part of what we're doing. We will put out our feedback mechanism on the screen so that you can also talk to us. And then we'll hear what you have to say about some of the issues that we've raised. Maybe you do not know what powers you have, what powers your ideas can generate in helping to resolve these issues. One idea from you could just be the solution to all the problems plaguing our football in Nigeria. So we're expecting you to join us as we go on. Let me introduce those starting off the show with me tonight without wasting any more time. Dumnodi Okonta. Let me start from the far right. Dumnodi Okonta is on the show. Dumnodi, good to have you on Sports Tonight. And Onyimu Chuachuku, sports editor, the Sun newspapers on Sunday. Sunday Sun. Yeah, that's it. So Onye is with us as well again this Friday. Onye, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, all right. But let's start off with the big one. The big one this weekend. That's what everybody's been waiting for. The Golden Eaglets. We used to call them the baby eaglets, baby eagles, a long time ago, but they are Golden Eaglets. They'll be battling the baby elephants tomorrow. Neutral ground. Wherever this battle is fought will determine who wins. Elephants walk
on the ground.
Eaglets, no matter how small,
trample on their opponents.
No matter how small they are, as opposed to fly.
Yeah, they can weather any storm.
Yes, don't stay on the same level with the elephants, or else they trample on you. So that's where the battle starts. Let's start with that. Dumnodi, Eaglets battling baby elephants tomorrow. Final of the CAF U-17 Championship.
A repeat of the Group B games where we thought our boys to just build up from the 6-1 defeat of Ghana. But the Algerians taught us a different lesson, and that was the learning curve for these boys up to the final stage, and they are up against the same set of opponents. I'm not going to expect it's going to be a tough one. I hope it doesn't drag into penalties, because the game of this nature is when you have a team they beat you in the group stage and you meet in the final. If they drag you into penalties, they still have that confidence. And a lot of us they've raised our hope again, because after that defeat, that loss to Cote d'Ivoire, they beat Congo, they massacred Congo. The game against Tunisia in the semi-final, we thought they were going to stroll, but Tunisia gave them a good run for their money, of course, although they won 4-2. But this one is a different position. This is the final. All your goals will count for nothing if you don't win the final. All the victory will count for nothing if you don't win the final. It's like you won lane 1, lane 2, lane 3. If you lose the final lane, you have lost everything. That's what football is all about at this stage. Winners take all.
We'll look at the different permutations to it. You know, we have emphasized on this show, we don't need to put our team under undue pressure. These boys, it's not a win at all cost situation, but now we can smell the cup. So now we want the boys to win it. you don't go into a final expecting that after all the hard work, as Dumnodi said, you lose it by the way. But let's spare some time and talk about the Ivorians as well. Since they beat Nigeria, they've also not looked back. That's why they're in the final. It shows that the victory over Nigeria maybe probably has a lot of merit in it.
Yeah, when you look at Ivorian football, Tony, you also consider the fact that they've been able to build a good youth policy.
That's true. That's true.
And their players, one way or the other, have been able to find their way into the mainstream of clubs in Europe. So they have the experience. Naturally, they are talented, very skillful. So it now depends.
West Africa.
Yes, it now depends on how our coach is able to read the game. We must give them credit. The fact that some people say our Eaglets played 29 matches unbeaten pales into insignificance. If we don't win anything, we have not won anything. That is the truth. All the matches that they play are qualifiers and friendlies. So they must prove tomorrow that they are worthy of being called champions. And
the only thing that has beaten us is this Ivorian team.
Absolutely.
When we look at the way they beat us and look, we can do it again.
And if you go back on the records, I think some time ago the Ivorians also beat us in this under-17 tournament. There was a time, I think, there was a time in the group stage that the Ivorians beat us. So it's beginning to look like they are our bogey team. But our coach has to put on his thinking cap, and make sure that he tries to neutralize every game plan that the Ivorians will come up with. Because they too must have watched our game plan. And the Botswanans who played us in the friendly actually played the Ivorians before they came to Nigeria, and they said a lot of things about the Ivorians, even though they are not very fast, that they are very skillful.